Smile
when your heart is breaking.
Smile 2 released this past weekend in 2024 and is directed by Parker Finn, who has created this entire Smile franchise, beginning with the short that he directed called Laura Hasn't Slept, and then the original Smile movie from 2022. And this film is starring Naomi Scott, Rosemary DeWitt, Kyle Gallner, Lucas Gage, Miles Gutierrez-Riley, Peter Jacobson, Raul Castillo, Dylan Galula, and Ray Nicholson. Naomi Scott plays Grammy-winning pop star Sky Riley, who is a recovering alcoholic and drug user, and suffering the effects of survivor's guilt and PTSD from a recent car crash, witnesses the apparent suicide of one of her drug dealers. But as you all know, these suicides that we see in this movie are all done with a creepy-ass smile on their face. And since Sky is the next one to see one of these suicides, she is the next victim and the next subject of this demon, who decides to torture her through her daily life for the next 7 days before she eventually meets the same fate. But this time, there's a little bit of hope because she runs into someone who is a doctor slash nurse slash someone who works in the medical field, and he's thinking, hey, if maybe we kill you for a short period of time, maybe that'll break the chain, it'll break the rule or whatever this demon has when it comes to smiling and killing people, and then she could go along her merry way making pop music for the world to hear because, you know, that's just so goddamn important. Now, I reviewed the first Smile film last week. It was my first time watching it, and while it had elements that kept me, on the edge of my seat, and gosh, there are just so many jump scares in that movie that I'm like, oh god, there's somewhere in that room, but the person's not looking in the right direction. Why is that person not looking in the right just look over there. Just look over there, goddammit. That film still left me with a lot of questions as to what exactly is going on and what exactly this demon thing is that I'm supposed to be caring about and I'm supposed to be scared of. Because yeah, it is scary. Like I said, they're so good at jump scares. And this movie follows the same type of formula when it comes to this demon who just loves all of these creepy ass jump scares. This demon just likes getting into your mind and playing around, and it's like, this is just so delicious. I know the entrees in a week, but the appetizers are just so delectable. I don't have as many questions after watching Smile 2 than I did after watching the first Smile film. I'm still left with questions, though. We still don't know where this demon comes from, how it operates, and if there's truly any way to 100% kill it. And I'm not going to spoil anything that happens in this movie, but after watching this film, I mean, we could have Smile films going on for the rest of our lives, let's be honest. Because what I gather from watching this movie is that once you are infected, or once this demon imprints on you and is locked on you, you pwn, son. You can try anything and everything. It ain't gonna matter, because in the end, the Smile demon is gonna smile at you, open your mouth, crawl in, and look at the next person that they want to sink their teeth into. That being said, though, the biggest improvement that we have with this movie is in our lead character and our lead actress here, Naomi Scott, who I've loved since I've seen her in things like Power Rangers and the live-action Aladdin movie, which I know not a lot of people liked that version personally. I absolutely loved it, and I loved her in it as Jasmine, and I've liked her work ever since. She hasn't really broken through that glass ceiling, though. Like, it feels like she's going to be a part of a franchise, but then that film doesn't do so well, and then that franchise doesn't take off, which sucks because I really enjoy her as an actress, and I want her to keep performing, and I want her to keep being in things. So to see her in this film and in this franchise, it made me super happy because she is excellent here. It's a wonderful layered performance where she's not just creeped out and freaked out and just depending on the men in her life to get her through and all these other people to get her through her life. No, she actually has a lot of depth and a lot of issues that she is pushing through and dealing with, and is something to be admired inspired when you look at this character. This character is a wonderful example of the importance of mental health and the importance of getting therapy and just having someone to talk to when you live through a traumatic event like a car crash that kills someone that you love or someone that was in the driver's seat or in the passenger seat. Her character is all about mental health, and really this film is about the importance of mental health and having a system and a structure in your life where you can have someone that you can communicate with and be able to tell and to talk about all of the things that are going on in your head. She has several moments in this film where she has a line where she says, it's so hard to explain what's going on inside my head. You can't even imagine what is going on up here. I can't explain it. I absolutely love what she stood for, and Naomi Scott does a marvelous job here. And in terms of the haunting, horrific scenes and the deaths and all of the creepy stuff going on in here, it definitely ups the ante from the first one. We open up and this guy who clearly has seen the smile monster and is trying to pass it along, so it skips him. He opens up and he's in this weird condemned house and he's trying to frame it on some mobster, and it's a really cool shootout scene that has a lot of long tracking shots and really gets you in the mood for this movie, and then, you know, it ends how it ends. Again, not going to spoil it. I really enjoyed this concept that Parker Finn came up with when it comes to the sequel of this movie. The first one, very small, very surface level. This character is just a nurse in a hospital and is dealing with just a bunch of patients. Here, though, he comes up with the idea of, like, what if my horror franchise concept happened to someone like Taylor Swift? Like, what would that look like? And compared to the other quote-unquote Taylor Swift movie that came out earlier this year, the M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong movie called Trap, where it was like, hey, let's take a horror film and let's put it in a Taylor Swift concert. Here, we're taking a Taylor Swift character and we're putting it in the Smile franchise. This one is miles better than that Trap movie that came out back in August. Smile 2, I am pleasantly surprised, and I always love to see a franchise continue and just up the ante when it comes to production value, when it comes to character and the story. At the end of the first one, I was like, okay, I guess I'll go see the second one. After this movie, I'm definitely in for the next sequel, and I can't wait for it. I'm going to give Smile 2 4 out of 5 Blu-rays.
I like it a lot.
My cat Victor here also gives it 4 out of 5 Blu-rays. Isn't that right, bud? Yes, it is. So guys, if you've seen Smile 2, what did you think about it? Do you like it better than the first Smile? Whatever you thought, comment below and let me know what you thought about it. And as always, if you like what you see here, if you like my take on movies, then hit the subscribe button and make sure you hit that bell. See you all the next time I release next movie review. So guys, I will see you next time on the channel, but in the meantime, be well, be good to each other, and go watch a movie. Take care, guys.